Hi guys, I'm Jelly, a Jelly Book Fanatic. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to start this reading vlog, which I am super excited about. I have been talking about this for quite a while now, even in my last reading vlog, which was the vlog where I read the Grisha trilogy. And in this reading vlog, I want to read the Six of Crows duology. I already have Six of Crows, I don't have Crooked Kingdom. Crooked Kingdom is at my library, so I'll have to pick that up at some point. But I have to get through Six of Crows first. My experience with Six of Crows hasn't been really good so far. I haven't started it yet, but I have tried to read it before. I got 100 pages in and I put it down because I didn't really feel a connection with it. But that's because I didn't read the Grisha trilogy back then, and I really like the Grisha trilogy. So I'm excited to get into Six of Crows, especially because I've heard people are way more positive about Six of Crows than they are about the Grisha trilogy. Like, it's better than the Grisha trilogy, so I'm excited to dive back into this and try again, really. First of all, I am going to eat my breakfast. I don't know, you can't really see, it's right there, my yogurt. And then I'm going to watch Gilmore Girls, since I've recently been getting into that and I'm really loving that. I haven't seen it before. I was really missing out. I love it so much. I love the relationship between Rory and Lorelai. And then I am going to start reading Wuthering Heights, because I'm reading a chapter a day of this. And that chapter is 10 pages and I read like 100 pages a day. So after that I'm going to read 90 pages of Six of Crows. That's like a good way in, and then I can tell you what I think about that. I also have an exam later in the day, which I'm kind of nervous for, but I will update you about that after I've taken it. It's a 3-hour exam and it starts at like 5 p.m. to 8 p.m, which is a horrible time to take an exam for, because I'm super hungry when we start it. And it also takes a damn long time for me to get back home with public transport, so that's not very nice, but I can't help it either, you know. So I'll just have to do that. I'll update you about how that exam goes, and I will also update you obviously on my reading progress with Six of Crows and what I think about it. I hope this is going to be an enjoyable vlog for you, and I hope you will keep watching, so I will see you in the next update. So I just got done reading my pages for Six of Crows, and oh my god, I love it. I really didn't expect that I would, but I really love it. I also discovered that last time I only read up until 50 pages and not really 100. I'm now on page 90, so I already read some things I haven't read before, and I am in love with it. I absolutely love the characters. They're all so distinguished and different from each other, and they all have their amazing qualities. Like, Kaz is such a well-established character. Like, I really love how dark he is and that he only does things for money. He doesn't do favors for people. He's just this ruthless character, but he also has this tragic background with his brother, and I cannot wait to find out what it is, because you know that his brother has died at some point, but you really don't know how or what is going on and why Cass wants his revenge, because I feel like his brother was murdered at some point. Yeah, I really don't know anything about that yet, but so far it's really interesting and I cannot wait to continue on with it tomorrow. Hi guys, I am currently in my bathroom because I'm getting ready to go out. It is the next day and I have to go out to get a new ID. My ID is expiring in like a couple of months and I'm getting a new one so I can use that one for the next 10 years. I really expected I would read a little more of Six of Crows yesterday on the bus, but I didn't get to do that. I had to review my exam stuff a little more before I took the exam. I'm not sure how that went though. It was totally different than I expected it would be. They only like really quizzed 1 or 2 subjects from the many subjects that we actually had, and I felt really bad about that because I focused on that quite a bit. I also have to use like jurisprudence, and they have to like mention quite a lot of that, but in this exam I only had to mention like 2 or 3 and we had a list of 75. So I was really disappointed by that we had to use so little of what we actually studied, because I worked really hard on it. So I don't know how that went. I will know by next week somewhere, so maybe you will still see it in this vlog while I'm reading Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. But for now I am still getting ready, doing my makeup, brushing my teeth in a minute, and then I'm going, and on the bus I might read a chapter of Wuthering Heights and then some Six of Crows. I'll probably get that in still. Maybe get some lunch meanwhile, because I have to take some pictures for my ID first, and then I have my appointment to actually like deliver those pictures and my ID gets made and that kind of stuff, and I'll pick it up in a couple of days. So I have to go there again to pick it up. So yeah, that is the plan for today. My boyfriend will come over later on the day and then we will hang out. It's quite a busy day actually. I have quite a few things to do, but besides that, I'm still going to enjoy today, and let's just get today started. Well, I'm back home now and I continued on reading Six of Crows. I'm currently on page 155. I'm reading up to 185. This is the part where it does get spoilery, so if you haven't read Six of Crows, you might want to stop watching now. Now I'm going to go in depth about the book, and if you haven't read it, you will just get spoiled. But if you don't want to read the book, you can just watch on, I guess. At this point, Matthias has joined the crew. I think the dynamic between him and Nina is very interesting. I'm not entirely sure on what's going on there. It seemed like Nina was in love with Matthias from the narrative. He doesn't seem to be in love with her, because from the moment he saw her, he started attacking her. He has these dark thoughts about her. He also wants to kiss her, but he also just wants to kill her. It's very dark, and it doesn't seem like Nina has these same urges. It just seems like she's in love with him. So I don't entirely know where that is going, how their past was entirely, but I'm assuming they will still be revealed throughout the book. I feel like I should film now because a scene just happened where the boat exploded. Like they were preparing to go to the ice court. Nash was running up to them and she missed some people there. She stepped onto someone's corpse and then the boat exploded while she was calling out to Kaz. And I haven't read on from that, so I don't know whether everyone's okay. I certainly hope so. Like, a lot of little things keep happening I just didn't expect, and I'm really enjoying that. I think my favorite character from the book so far is Kaz, because he is so ruthless. He really doesn't seem to care about anything or anyone, and I really like that in a character. Besides that, this book is inspired by the Netherlands. I am from the Netherlands, but I don't see a lot of influences from the Netherlands. I'm kind of sad that some names are Dutch, but not everything is Dutch. None of the main characters are really do have a Dutch name, except for the first chapter in the book from Joost's perspective, but you don't see him again after that. So that kind of that makes me a little sad, honestly. I know that it's inspired by Amsterdam, our like big city in the Netherlands, but really, like, it is known for brothels and just a couple of Dutch names. It's not kind of inspired, but not really. I feel like there should have been more of a commitment to that, and it's kind of lacking in that regard. Like, some names of places are in English, some streets are in Dutch. I don't know if that's going to get better, but we're going to the ice court now, so I assume not really, because we're not going to see a lot of Rotterdam anymore after this. Oh, I also want to show you the pictures I got taken for my ID. I don't know how they do this in other places, but we just go to a shop and someone takes our picture, and this is what it looks like. I'm not entirely sure about this picture. Like, I feel like I look good now, but in this picture I feel like my makeup is maybe a little much. It is going to be black and white though, so I hope that will clear up some things, but I'm not entirely sure whether I like this picture or not. Okay, so my questions of what happened between Matthias and Nina were actually already answered. So the idea is that Matthias enslaved Nina and then eventually saved her, but Nina betrayed him by accusing him of being a slaver, and that's why he got locked up in prison. And Nina has regretted that for the entire year he had been in prison, and she was trying to save him, and how he's out, but he is obviously still mad at her. So I guess that's their backstory. Matthias just said that he might have once loved her too if she hadn't betrayed him, and he had just felt this pang of regret. I don't know why she accused him of being a slaver if he did save her, so I guess we will still see that. I'm kind of curious, to be honest. He did eventually rescue her, so why did she try to make his life miserable? There must have been a reason, because Nina seems like a rational person. I'm really still liking the magic system. I really love the names for them, like Nina being a heart render. I really like how they have their own capabilities, but they're also not almighty. They can't do everything, they have to stay in their lane. Like, Nina was trying to heal Ines, but she couldn't do everything. She could only do what she was trained to do, but eventually her training stopped because she was a heart render and not a healer. So I thought that is very interesting. Yeah, that's mostly of what I read actually. Ines almost dying, Kaz saving her. That was probably one of my favorite scenes so far. Kaz coming back for Ines, but the way he's acting towards her is like she doesn't mean anything to him, she's just useful to him. But I'm pretty sure that Kaz cares about Ines, and I can't wait to see that come to fruition. Today my dad will come over to the house and I'm going to give him the spare key because I'm moving and my dad needs a spare key to help me move. I'm going to eat breakfast in a little bit, and I just managed to read a couple pages of Six of Crows. I'm almost done with the 95 pages I was planning on reading. So far we've been getting a lot of backstory for the characters. I think I'm on page 250 now. I'm reading to 285. We've been getting backstories for Kaz. We've seen the relationship with him and his brother, and it's so sad how his brother was cheated out of his money. I don't know how his brother died yet though. We haven't seen that yet. I've seen a little bit of Ines's backstory, how she was abducted. I just read about Nina and Matthias, how they saved each other from drowning and dying of hypothermia. I think that's all the backstories we've seen so far. We haven't really heard anything about Wylan or Jesper, except for the fact that Jesper was a gambler, that Kaz saved him, kind of, took him into the drag. So yeah, I'm really enjoying all of the character dynamics. I especially enjoyed the scene between Inej and Nina when they are singing together. Inej just woke up and she just wanted to spend some time with Nina, and it was so cute, their relationship. I really like all the character dynamics and how they just interact with each other. I haven't really read anything like it. I really just enjoy the whole cast of characters, and that doesn't happen a whole lot to me. So yeah, I'm just enjoying the book. I'm really enjoying seeing all the backstory and learning more about all of these characters. I'm also kind of excited to see Joost from the first chapter again, because I don't know how he plays into this whole story, if he's ever coming back or not. Like, I don't know why I'm so hooked up on that, but I just want to know why he was in the first chapter and what is going on with all of that. Yeah, but so far I'm really enjoying this book. I'm getting through it quite fast. It feels like I haven't spent any time reading at all, and I just keep flipping pages. Even though I felt like the book was very thick at first and the font was kind of tiny, I just feel like I'm going through it very fast, and I really like that. Although I'm not looking forward to finishing this book because I am enjoying it so much. I'll go and have my breakfast now, and then I'll read some more and maybe talk to you some more if I have more to say about the book. But so far, yeah, enjoying the characters' backstories and just the whole story, the whole heist plotline. I didn't think I would like that because it seems so generic, but the characters really make it a fun story. I'm now at the point where Nina and Matthias are burying corpses together and the rest just moved on, and they just made a deal together to kill the dude who has the drug, go against Kaz's plan. And I just think it's the stupidest thing ever. I can just see this whole thing going to shit. They won't get away with it, and I don't know what Kaz will do. I love Kaz as a character, by the way. I forgot to mention this earlier, but he makes me think of Genzi from the Raven Boys, and I know they're two completely different characters, but they're both leaders, and they somehow, in personality, kind of remind me of each other, and I don't know why I keep picturing Genzi, but it's just what I keep doing. Like, he was the first character I thought of when I was reading about Kaz. Also, I want to mention that I don't really like that they're all teenagers. It feels a bit off to me. I would have liked it much more if they just had adult ages. They didn't have to change anything in their personality or anything. They're like 16, 17, 18. Like, Matthias is 18, he's the oldest, but they feel so much older in the narrative, and it just feels weird to talk about them as teenagers just because this was supposed to be a YA book. I think their ages could have been much better as adults, would have been much more believable than it would have been in the adult genre, obviously, and I think Leigh Bardugo wants to keep her books in the YA genre. But besides that, I think the book is dark enough to be an adult book, way darker than the Grisha trilogy. I don't know, I just really would have liked it if they were just aged up a bit and not so young. But that's just what it is, I guess. They didn't have to change anything else, but I just feel weird thinking about Kaz as like a 17-year-old and Matthias being an 18-year-old who has spent a year in prison and that kind of stuff. It just feel older. Okay, it's the end of my reading session today. I just got to the point where Kaz fainted. Like, he acted so weird, and I don't know why. And it was Inej's chapter. She was like looking at him, and he like was acting all clumsy and awkward, and so he saw something, but we don't know what. And I kind of want to read on now, but I don't have any time because I think my dad could be here at any moment, so I guess I will read on tomorrow and then I'll find out, I hope. Unless that's not in the next chapters, and I might find out on Monday because I don't read on the weekends because I spend time with my boyfriend and stuff. Hi guys, don't mind the weird towel on my head because I just washed my hair. But my plans for today are basically nothing. Later on in the day I'm going to travel to my boyfriend's house to eat dinner with his parents and spend time with his parents. Up until then I have free roaming. So now I am doing a load of laundry and I am going to read about 10 pages of Wuthering Heights and then 90 pages of Six of Crows. So the reading has started. I will eat breakfast soon, but I just brushed my teeth, so it will take a little while. I'm kind of hungry, but besides that, I think I have to wait because my yogurt won't taste very good. Okay, so the first thing I read is Kaz and the death scene of his brother, and it's so sad that Kaz had to like drift on Geordie's body to get to the shore, and like that really changed him as a kid. And I think that is so incredibly sad. I'm glad I know about his past now. I'm not entirely sure how Pekka Rollins is involved yet and why Kaz wants his revenge on him. I think it's because Pekka Rollins is the one that brought the plague to the shore, but he hasn't really been mentioned, so I'm not entirely sure yet. Meanwhile, I ate breakfast, combed my hair. It's almost time for lunch actually. But I've been reading a little bit, but also getting distracted doing stuff in between, like reading a chapter and doing something else. But I just got up to the part where it is kind of revealed that Jacob Hertzum, the one who tricked Kaz and his brother Geordie, is actually Pekka Rollins. And I guess I should have known that, but I just didn't like put two and two together. I just thought that Jacob Hertzum was his actual name, like Kaz did in the beginning, but it turned out to be Pekka Rollins. And I guess that would make sense that he wants revenge on him because Pekka Rollins basically cheated him out of all of his money and made him sleep on the street, and that's why his brother died, and it was just so sad. And you can really see how revenge-fueled Kaz is. He's just running around this cell block looking for Pekka Rollins. He doesn't believe that he's dead, and he's still there. And also how he wanted to make the Dregs his army. I'm just so excited to see how this will play out, and I still hope that this will get an ending in Six of Crows and it won't continue on into Crooked Kingdom. I just hope that will be a different story, like all of the backstories will be kind of wrapped up. I do enjoy how every single chapter is like a little bit of backstory for a character, and then the next part in the same chapter is present day, and I just like seeing the backstories, like every single one of them has a backstory, and then just seeing them right now, and I just think it's so interesting getting to know all of them. I'm still very much enjoying the book. A little less character dynamics, is basically a lot of characters running around. Ines is in trouble, burning her feet off. I'll read on, and I hope there will be more characters. I hope there will be more conversation soon, a little bit more interacting between the characters, because that's what I really enjoy this book for. Ines chapter, and I just ship her so hard with Kaz. Like, it's pretty clear that's not going to happen in this book, but probably in the next book, but I really like how that foundation is laid out and how they are probably going to end up together, because they have like this subtle romance thing going on, and it's really cute. I also really like the banter. There were a couple times where I laughed in this chapter when Nina and Ines were flipping comments towards each other, especially during the Matthias comment where he was referred to as a tulip. I just had to laugh a little, because he's like this big brooding guy, you know, and then them referring to him as like a tiny beautiful tulip was just very funny. I really like the banter, and I really like that there are more character conversations now. Ines was just escorted away because she was marked as a suspicious person, and now it's all up to Nina, so I hope Nina manages to pull it off. Hi guys, it is Monday, the weekend has passed, and I'm alone again, so now I am going to read some Six of Crows, and I'm probably going to finish this tomorrow on Tuesday, and then I can move on to Crooked Kingdom. I couldn't find it at the library. They do have it, but I think someone borrowed it, so I think I am going to just read the ebook. So I won't be able to show you, but I am reading it at that point. I definitely still want to buy it after I am done with it as like a physical book, so I can continue my collection of the Grisha world. We're at the point where Nina discovers that Jarl Brum, I think it was like Matthias's general, the one he was looking up to, isn't dead. I think it was very naive to like think he was dead. Since Nina and Matthias survived the shipwreck, why wouldn't he have? He could have just washed up ashore somewhere else, you know? It didn't have to be with them. So I think it's very naive to just assume that everyone on that ship was dead, since they had survived it. Matthias just hadn't been back in the court. I get that it is kind of confusing for Nina and a little shocking, but besides that, I think it's a little naive to just assume that everyone on the ship was dead. So that's just my 2 cents though, but I get that it is shocking, but it's not a huge reveal to me or anything. I also kind of expected that Jesper and Wyland would become a couple at some point, and they were not just into girls. And this chapter from Jesper's perspective really confirmed that for me, since Wyland asked Jesper if he was just into girls, and then Jesper grinned and he was like, no, I'm not just into girls, and I really like that. I do not like when every single character in the book is paired off with a different character, and that is kind of what is happening here. But I do kind of like the couples because they all have different personalities, they all are their own people, and I like them as people separately. I also like that all the situations are completely different, they all have a different trope going on. So we have Matthias and Nina, we have Ines and Kaz, and we have Wyland and Jesper. Although I don't think we have seen chapters from Wyland's perspective, but I might be wrong on that. Although I did think he was a main character, so it is a little weird that we haven't seen perspectives from him. Yeah, I'm really liking the Jesper Wyland thing, so I wonder how that is going to play out, since they don't really seem to like each other much, although they are growing towards each other at this point, since they keep getting paired off. But aside from that, I don't think everyone needs to be in a relationship. There is a lot of diversity, but again, people can also just be their own people not needing to be in a relationship. The whole plot was ruined by Ines's once upon a time owner, Helene. That's just super unlucky, isn't it? She came running up and she was like, this is not my girl, she is with this group the crows, they are invading the court, and then the Black Protocol settles in, the alarm goes off. I really wonder what's going to happen to Inej. Now the whole plan is going to fall through if they keep Inej, because Kaz won't just give up Inej, right? They have her now, they will have her killed for what she's done, and they're probably going to torture her for information, and it's just really sad. And I just hope that everyone gets out of this alive and well. Oh my god, Nina's chapter is... wow. She got caught by Brum in a cell, and then it was revealed that Matthias betrayed everyone. Honestly, this was such a plot twist. I did not see this one coming. I really thought Nina and Matthias were building a relationship, so how could he betray her like that? He was suddenly a completely different person, described as cold and unforgiving, and oh my god, Inej is caught, Nina is caught. I do not see how this is going to end up well, especially with Matthias betraying them and probably telling Brum the entire plan. I'm going to read on now, but I don't know. I really don't see how this will end. False alarm, he did not betray her. As soon as Matthias' chapter started, I felt like he did not betray her yet. He concocted some kind of plot with Kaz, and that's exactly what happened. So, order is restored. He's still in love with Nina. He's still trying to save her. He betrayed his mentor for real now, but at least he is still the Matthias we know. Everything came to a head in this chapter. Nina and Matthias found... I forget his name. The son of the man who makes the drug. It turns out the dude was dead all along. And his son was trying to recreate the formula and he was able to do it. But Nina and Matthias could not follow through on their plan. They didn't kill the boy. Luckily, because they would have lost some of their humanity if they killed a kid. Then Kaz turned up to save the day all along. Like, I really like Kaz. He is always there for his friends. He always manages to find some plan or another to save them. And I really hope his luck won't run out. Okay, I'm now on part 6 called Proper Thieves. I just ended with a chapter of Kaz and he's walking with a cane and breaking his leg and everything, which is kind of explained as an afterthought, which I didn't really like. Wearing the gloves, walking with the cane, it was all just an afterthought. It was explained like a paragraph, and I would have liked some more backstory on those things, because those are kind of what makes Kaz Kaz, you know? Those are his characteristics, and I really would have liked more of a story on that, except for like a couple of sentences. Oh geez, Nia just took a dose of Yudaparum, the drug. It is kind of convenient that you don't have to get addicted after the first dose. Like, if you're strong enough, you don't get addicted. Like, I mean, it's really convenient. Nina's obviously not going to get addicted to it. Or maybe she is, and they find a solution at some point. Like, that is kind of predictable, and I don't believe that. That is way too convenient. I'm done with reading for today, but I just ended on a chapter of Inej, and man, it was an exchange between her and Kaz, and as you can see, it made me cry. Especially, there was this one sentence that Inej said that really touched me so much. To Kaz, obviously. I will have you without armor, Kazbrekker, or I will not have you at all. And oh my god, man, that after reading this entire book, coming to that sentence after everything they experienced together, man, that hits me right in the feels, honestly. The exchanges between the characters are so amazing. The relationships are well developed, and that's why everything these characters do just makes you feel something. And I think that's a really amazing thing this entire Grisha world does. With her writing, with her development of characters, she just manages to touch you so much. And man, the exchange between Inej and Nina, where they were talking, where you could really see that they were friends, and then after that Kaz and Inej, just wow. I'm going to finish this tomorrow and I'm going to continue on with Crooked Kingdom, but this book, it was a good one, guys. It was a good one. I'm now going to eat breakfast and continue on with my day, let my tears dry a little bit, become a little calmer, watch some Gilmore Girls. I will see you tomorrow. Hi guys, it's currently Tuesday and today is the day where I'm going to finish Six of Crows. I feel much better than I did yesterday. You didn't see this in the vlog, but yesterday I was feeling very badly, and today I feel much better. I don't have a headache anymore. I don't have a stomach ache anymore. I am doing very good. So I'm going to read a chapter of Wuthering Heights, then I'm going to finish Six of Crows, and I'm probably going to start Crooked Kingdom as well today, so I am very excited about that. Okay, I don't know why, but I hadn't expected that Van Eck would keep them there and imprison them after they got back to Yudaparum for them. I don't know why I didn't expect that, since it wasn't the end of the book yet. Like, it's made sense to just end at that point if everything went well, but nope, they just got captured. And I hope they're getting out of this. They're still in the middle of a fight, but I don't know if that is going to happen for the plot. So yeah, I am not very happy about this. So Inej was kidnapped, and I think that this is set up for the next book. Nothing is going their way. They had to have a huge fight. Nina is under the influence of a drug, which she doesn't know whether she'll ever recover from, whether she will die from withdrawal or something. Now they're getting captured, like nothing is going right. The next chapter I'm going to read is from Pekka's perspective, which I'm looking forward to, although I did have a feeling that Kaz had killed him, but apparently not. So I think that is going to be the setup for the next book, and then after that I will dive straight into Crooked Kingdom, which I will read 60 pages of. And the book ended like a true Kaz Brekker book should end, with Kaz pickpocketing Pekka Rollins. He did borrow some money from him, which I didn't entirely get, but I get he was desperate. And I think the next book is going to be Kaz hunting Pekka Rollins, getting Inês back. I can see a good setup for the next book, and I am diving into that immediately with the ebook. Same thing with Crooked Kingdom as I had with the first chapter of Six of Crows. The first chapter in Six of Crows was from the perspective of Joost, and we've never seen him after that. We don't know what became of him. Is he dead? He's still waiting? Is he... what's happening with him? Then, this first chapter is from Red Venko's perspective, and I feel like we've seen Red Venko in Joost's chapter. At least I recognize his name. And now we've seen Red Venko's chapter, and I hope we get some closure with him, because we have no clue what's happening with him. Like, the chapter just ends, and he's like in the sky with a guy who's holding him with wings, and like, are we going to know how he's going to end up? Like, is this something that is going to be open-ended again? Like, I don't get why Leigh Bardugo chooses to write the first chapter from someone's perspective who we're not even going to see anymore. Like, I don't really understand why not just choose one of the main characters and write this scene from their perspective. I just don't really get it. Okay, so I'm currently 46 pages in. Quite a few things have happened. At the end of the chapter I just read, it was announced that there was a man that claimed to be Jesper's father. I don't know if he actually is, he probably is. So I'm excited to meet this man. And we're going on to a chapter from Inês's perspective, so that's kind of exciting as well, seeing how Inês is faring, being captured. Kaz is really doing everything to get Inês back. He seems a lot more cruel than he did in the last book already. He seems like he kind of lost hope. Sometimes a little light-hearted in the last book, but there is no light-heartedness now. He just wants his money, he just wants Inês back, and he calls himself pragmatic, but he is definitely very ruthless, very mean, especially to the little boy that made a Yudaparm who just wants to go to Ravka. He was like, you can't, and said a lot of hurtful things to him that Nina was very hesitant to translate, which I get. But yeah, that's how far I'm in. I'm going to read up until page 60, so I have like 50 more pages to read, and then I will continue tomorrow. Well, I'm done for the day. I was just at the part where Inês was almost tortured, and I was like, oh my god, please don't crush her legs. I was really scared there. Luckily it didn't happen. Now I'm going to probably eat something. I'm going to wash my hair today. Play some Sims probably. I don't have a whole lot to do today. Tomorrow actually is my birthday, and tomorrow I'm going to pick up my new ID and I'm going to eat sushi at a sushi restaurant with my boyfriend for my birthday. I'm turning 21. Which I almost can't believe, to be honest. I'm getting so old. Good morning, today is the 27th of March and it is my birthday, so I am 21 today. I woke up at like 7 AM. I never wake up that early, but I just got up and started my day. I'm going to start reading Wuthering Heights, and I'm going to start reading Crooked Kingdom. After that I'm going to get ready to pick up my ID to eat sushi tonight with my boyfriend, who is coming over after school. He has to go to college today, but after college he's going to stay in town, and I'm going to travel to town, and then we're going to go to the sushi restaurant, and then after that he's coming over to my place and we're staying together. I'm super excited. So let me get started with the day and read stuff and get my laundry and pick up my ID, and let's just do all the things. Picking up my ID isn't necessarily a fun thing, but I'm so excited to get out and do stuff. I cringe a little at some of the Dutch words in here, like the street names and stuff. There is now a square that is called Boeksplein, and honestly, that's just plain wrong. Like, if that was an actual square in Netherlands, it would have been more like Boekenplein. Basically, what it is it's boek means book, and plein means square. And if you put an S in between book and square, that's just not right. An S after book for like a multiple is an English thing. We don't do that in the Netherlands. We add EN after our words to make the multiple. So this is a little weird to me. A square wouldn't be called this in the Netherlands. It feels like there's a lack of research, a lack of Dutch people helping her, and it just... I cringe a little. Okay, I still love the banter in this book. Like, there was just a scene where I just had to laugh. Where Kaz says, do you know what Van Eck's problem is? No honor, said Matthias. Rotten parenting skills, said Nina. Receding hairline, offered Jasper. I mean, they're too funny together, honestly. Once again, I'm cringing. Like, literally, there is like a bridge now, and it's called Hoed Met Bridge. And Matthias asked Nina what it means, like the name of the bridge. And then Nina says good maiden bridge. That is not what it means. Goed means good. That is true. But met isn't anything in Dutch. That's just so bad. A little more research could have gone into the Dutch in this book, or just don't use it at all. Just use something you're familiar with, because this is just cringeworthy for someone who is Dutch. I have arrived at the scene where the rescue operation is actually happening. They're saving Inês, and it is so epic with the flower bow and like everything exploding, and I really, really love this chapter. I think it was from Kaz's perspective. Hi guys, it's currently Thursday, a day after my birthday. I'm going to read Wuthering Heights, then I'm going to read Crooked Kingdom. I don't feel too well. I drank a little bit of alcohol last night and that makes me feel a little shitty. Let's see how far I'm going to get, otherwise I'm just going to lie in bed and feel miserable. But for now, let's try to read. I'm actually really glad that I read the Grisha trilogy before I read Six of Crows to Crooked Kingdom, because now the characters of Zoya and Genya showed up, and it's really cool to see them and actually know them from the past trilogies. So I think it's really cool that there are finally side characters from the Grisha trilogy in the Six of Crows duology, because we haven't really seen them so far, and I think it's really cool to see how they ended up and how they are confronting Nina about him being missing for the past year. So I just got my grade back and it wasn't good. I had like a 5 out of 10, but then I felt really bad. But then I looked at the statistics and man, more than half of the students have not made it. Just not at all. Like 41% got a good grade. They passed. Like the thing is, if you don't pass this exam, we get a retake in like a week. But if you don't pass this exam, you can't go on with the course. You can't follow the rest of the course. Because the exam is theoretical, and then they go on with the practical part, and they think if you don't pass the theoretical part, you can't go on with the practical part. Only 41% of the students have made it. That means they have very, very tiny groups for the second part, and a lot of people have to retake it. I hope I will make the retake next week, because I'm really not looking forward to doing this all again next year. The overall grade was like a 4.6 out of 10. Honestly, there is something wrong with your exam if that is the final grade. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm at the point where Inês was pushed into the silo. I cannot believe this. Like the whole thing with people suffocating underneath the sugar in the silo. Wow. Like, I really hope she's going to be okay. This is one shocking turn of events. Wow, for the first time in forever, Kaz was bested. Like, he's actually acting like he didn't know what was going on. I'm not sure if he still has some tricks up his sleeve. I hope so, but at this point it seems like he's being bested by Pekka Rollins. That is really sad, because everything went to shit, and I hope all of the others are okay. Just like Kaz is hoping that, I guess. I just finished part 4, and it's the part where they were in the hotel and Kaz realized that they couldn't really get out anymore. And at the end he suddenly has the idea to auction off Kuai. Wow, I don't know how this is going to happen, if anyone's going to agree with this, what kind of plan he has concocted, but I guess I'll see soon enough. I'm on page 272, I'm reading until page 280, and then I'm stopping. Well, I'm stopping when the chapter is done, obviously. That's where I'm reading up to today, and I hope I won't be caught on a cliffhanger. Oh wow, Jasper got himself into some trouble there, kissing Kuai instead of Wylan. That is rich. That was really funny how Kuai tricked him into kissing him, and then Wylan walking in being all disappointed. I hope they can clear it up, because I really like Wylan and Jasper together. Good morning, it is the 29th of March today, and it is a beautiful day. I don't know, I have a hard time getting up in winter when it's dark outside, but when it's getting lighter, earlier outside, I just feel refreshed. I feel like I can get up and do my thing. So I got up earlier, brushed my teeth, and I am ready to start reading Wuthering Heights and Crooked Kingdom and get on with that. Also wearing a new t-shirt today. I bought this at H&M, it says Crushin'. I just really like it. I feel like it suits me, and I don't know, I wore this yesterday, I'm going to wear this today. I feel good about it. I just read a scene between Inês and Kaz, and it was like so intimate. It was Kaz redoing Inês's bandages, and man, Leigh Bardugo knows how to write an intimate and romantic scene. I was like on the edge of my seat, bed. I'm sitting on the bed. Please kiss already. Please, please kiss. He kissed her shoulder, like, they kind of kissed, but not really. And then the moment was done, and I was like, oh my god, I needed more from that. That was incredibly epic. Kaz staged a coup, and he, like, overtook Haskell. Oh my god, he just took the drags for himself. He got harsh beating. He managed to defeat every single one of the drags that came after him, and he staged the coup, and he did it. He is now the leader of the drags, and that is so epic. He just got himself an army. Finally, a Wylan and Jasper kiss happens. Oh my god, I ship them so hard. They're probably my favorite couple in this entire book, and I'm so glad they finally kissed. Everyone is coming together. My heart just it hurt for these two characters. Especially when Jasper at the end of the chapter said, I really hope we don't die. I really hope we don't die either, because they need to be a couple. They need to be together, they need to live, they need to be able to start this thing. I'm a little confused. There's like a church with an arch over it, and it has like 3 words on it with Enjend, Voorhand and Almhand or something like that. Since Cattendam is based on Amsterdam in the Netherlands, you should think there would have been Dutch words on the arch, but these words don't mean anything. And then a translation for those is industry, integrity and prosperity. I can tell you, those aren't Dutch words and at all, they don't exist, and those words are certainly not translations of that. I'm just saying, I don't get it. I don't get why she didn't use the actual words for it. It just seems weird to me. I'm at the part where Wylan was captured and he just told Van Eck everything. Really? I'm really disappointed in Wylan. I hope it's some sort of ruse and he told them like the wrong plan and it's all a lie or something. But I'm scared it's not, and I'm just disappointed that he broke. I get that they were torturing him, but really, in the end he was not Nina or Matthias or Kaz or Ines or Jasper. He was just Wylan Van Eck. He told them everything. Wylan is also strong. He doesn't have to be this weak character. It just makes me mad. And once again, everything worked out in their favor because of Kaz's plan. I'm glad Wylan didn't actually crack. That's a good thing. I'm just glad that Kaz had a whole plan in place for this. And yeah, that's everything I read today. I'm on page 370 now, actually 365. Because that's where the chapter ended and I don't feel like reading another chapter. So I'm probably going to finish this book tomorrow, which is kind of exciting actually. And then this vlog will end. So for now I am going to go on with my day. I'm going to eat breakfast soon. I'm also going over to my boyfriend's place later and we're celebrating my birthday there because I haven't seen his parents yet since it was my birthday. I think it's everything for today. I'm also going to film a video later on. I'm going to film my April TBR and I will upload that on Monday. Hi guys, this is the final update. It is Monday the 1st of April I think, and I actually finished Crooked Kingdom on Saturday, but I didn't have time to film an update. I decided to read during the 24-hour readathon by Zoe with my boyfriend and I managed to finish Crooked Kingdom. I didn't expect things to happen. That did happen. So I was kind of sad that I didn't have my camera and I couldn't film. The thing I was most shocked about was Matthias dying. Man, that broke my heart. It was so sad. I felt so sad for Nina. And just, they all came so far, and then for one of the characters to be dying, man, that broke my heart. One part where I actually really cried was the part where Ines saw her parents. She was reunited with them because of Kaz, and wow, that really touched me. Just all of the characters getting what they want out of life at the end of the book, and just them all separating was kind of bittersweet. I cannot wait for the book to come out in a couple of years to see where all of these characters are, because I hope that it is going to be about these characters, because otherwise why would it be in the same series, you know? I really enjoyed my read-through of the Six of Crows duology more than I expected when I first picked up Six of Crows, and I just cannot wait to continue on with the Nikolai duology or trilogy, I'm not sure, but I will do that when it's finished so I can film a vlog about it, so that is going to take quite a while since the first book, King of Scars, just came out. Let me know down below whether you enjoyed this vlog, what did you think of the Six of Crows series? I would love to know. Thank you for watching this entire thing. Goodbye!